Who's ready for the Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach today? We have our picks in. We watched the morning warm-up. Getting this one out a little bit late, but better late than never. Hopefully we win some money today. We didn't win at St. Pete, but looking to get back on the winning ways here at Long Beach. Second race of the season. Let's go over who I'm riding with today. Welcome back in, ERB sports fans and IndyCar fans out there everywhere. Hope you guys are doing well on this fantastic Sunday afternoon. Early on in the week, I was all set to bet on Palou Award. He finished second at St. Pete. He was first in the practice session. I thought, man, going to be his week. He's starting all the way down in 14th position. He is a 22-1 long shot to win this race today, and I'm going to throw a dart at him for sure. But I'm not going to advocate him as one of my picks. Scott Dixon, always a factor wherever he goes. He threw up a pretty good time at the end of the practice session today on the alternate tires. Made me think, don't count him out just yet, and he is somewhat of a long shot today. So that's the second driver to consider. Then we got Graham Rahal. He went all the way up onto the leaderboard with regards to the practice times here at the very, very end of the morning warm-up on the alternate tires. But he's starting pretty deep in the field. This is definitely a track position race. You want to be starting up front. Traditionally, the winner has come from the first four positions on the grid, with the outside chance that guys outside the top six might end up winning at some point, but you just never know. You never know. Don't count out Graham Rahal. Christian Lundgaard, his teammate, had a really good starting position. He's starting 7th today. Got to meet him in person last week at IndyCar Exchange during the Parkside IndyCar extravaganza, along with another guy that we'll get to in a bit. So Christian Lundgaard is, I would also consider a long shot today, 18-1. Scott Dixon was 18-1. So these guys are both starting right around the same place, 7-9. I'd throw a dart at him. Sure. Alex Palou, Scott Dixon's teammate, the winner at the most recent Thermal Club race, exhibition race, more or less. Last year's series champion. He was dominant last year. I could never get him right, but I'm going to ride with Alex Palou today. He's riding off at 7.5-1 when I placed my bet. I think a lot of money is going in on Alex Palou because he's down to 7-1 now to win the race. And he was definitely top of the speed chart on the primary tires during the morning warm-up. Colton Herta, the first Andretti Global driver to crack my list. He is starting quite near the front. He did win here before from 14th position on the grid. Kyle Kirkwood, his teammate, won here last year. Kyle Kirkwood was top in practice at some point, but then really fell back during qualifying yesterday. Really wasn't even on the speed charts come the morning warm-up this morning. So the only guy that I'm going to ride with from Andretti Global today is Colton Herta. I think he's long overdue for a win. Long overdue. And then we got the most recent winner at St. Pete. He dominated that race on the street circuits. He is Mr. Focused now, none other than defending Indy 500 champion Joseph Newgarden. He was also tops in the speed charts this morning. Don't count him out. He's starting, I believe, 3rd behind pole sitter Felix Rosenqvist. And so we'll see what happens there. And then on the outside of the front row, Will Power, always a factor at street circuits, always a factor on qualifying. You just never know with him what you're going to get. But he is definitely one guy that I'm going to keep an eye on. And then last but not least on the pole, got this autographed last week. I was trying to look for a new Meyer Shank Racing livery card for this particular driver because all I had last year was the car where he had Arrow McLaren, so he's no longer on them. But this is the Thermal Club race. Got him to autograph that last weekend. Pretty cool experience there at IndyCar Exchange. But Is he going to win from the pole today? Pole sitters traditionally have done quite well at Long Beach. One thing I will say this year that I think could be a factor is tire degradation. From the morning warm-up practice times, it looked like the primary tires and the alternate tires sort of intermingled in terms of the speed charts, but a lot of graining, a lot of cording of sorts with regards to the alternate Wahuli tires. I'm going to butcher that name, but the green sidewall tires, the alternate tires, didn't look like they were going to last very long. So the question is, are guys going to pit early if they're starting on those, get off them? Are the guys that are starting on the primary tires going to go to them for a short stint and then go back to the primary tires, the black tires? It seems like unless the track rubber's in, it's going to be a black tire race, but you just never know. With Long Beach, anything can happen. The marbles could certainly be a factor, making passing very difficult. But the question I have for myself here in regards to my picks is it going to be an Alex Palou or bust race? I just don't know. I never got him right last year, maybe twice. And if there was a race that I lost, it was because I didn't pick Alex Palou. He is a 7-1 long shot. I'm going to say long shot, but he's 7-1 today. So he's not really one of the favorites. He's not one of the super long shots, but he's sort of middle of the pack. And so I consider him somewhat of a value bet today. Starting 6th, was fastest in the Fast 12 yesterday, leading into the Firestone Fast 6. Didn't put a lap together during the Firestone Fast 6 to start up on the front row. But he has a very, very fast race car. Very fast race car. So, who am I riding with today? Do I think Felix Rosenqvist is going to get it done? I don't think so. He had a really chaotic morning warm-up. But we'll save the Palou in the back. All right, I'm going to give you guys my 4 picks for this race. Grab 4 cards and tell you guys my rationale on every single one and hope for the best. These are in no particular order, but Christian Lundgaard was fast in morning warm-up. He has been fast on street circuits in the past, especially ones with bumpy tire degradation sort of situations going on, like he won at Toronto last year. This track, even though it's Southern California, sets up very similar to Toronto. A little bit of concrete, a little bit of asphalt, transitions. I think he could be a factor today. I think he's hungry. So I'm going to go with Christian Lundgaard. Alex Palou, I'm just never going to bet against him again unless he's starting way deep in the field. I'm just never going to not include him in one of my top 3. I think he is the Max Verstappen of IndyCar right now. He can't be beat on most courses. And the guy right behind him, take that back. The guy that I'm going to pick here last is also a guy that you could consider Mr. Automatic when it comes to your 3 picks. So Alex Palou, not going to bet against him. Really curious to see how he does. Colton Herta, I'm just going to say the guy is due. He is long overdue for a win. If it doesn't happen today, I'm just going to keep betting on him until he wins. He hasn't won since the Indy Road Course in 2022. The one where they had the rain shortened race that was, where he did the slide through the turn 9-10. Pretty cool drifting exhibition there. But he's long overdue for a win. And then last but not least, I just got to say that Newgarden has been up near the top. Unless he gets taken out with a crash or a bad pit stop, he's always been in the top 3 traditionally here at Long Beach in the last couple of years. Starting up front, I could see him winning again today. I didn't want to pick him at first. I wanted to pick O'Ward, but that's gonna be who I'm going with. I'm going to go with 4 drivers. I'm going to go with Colton Herta, Alex Palou, Christian Lundgaard, and Joseph Newgarden. And then, of course, I'm going to throw a couple other bets here and there, but mostly on long shots that I think would have a chance to finish near the front. So that's going to do it for this one. Enjoy the race. If you're going to the race, I'm jealous. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Stay tuned for more content as always, and I'll see you in the next video.